changed at any time. It's not unusual to find that I'm in love with you.
Welcome back. It is 9:51. A little bit of change on this 15th day of March. We don't have Lynn Vinhouse on. We have Dazed and Reused, and I am really excited to talk all about this. But hold on really quick, guys. You come in and you bring me a bunch of business cards. This is why I love Milton. You guys all work together. You bring me flyers of the sip and shop we just talked about and a stack of all these cards. This is so cool what you guys have at Milton. And I really think it's awesome.
And it's just continuing to grow.
Is it really?
It's very quickly.
Well, and then right off the bat, John, the boss, sends me the directory listing last night of your guys' storefront, and I'm going, why am I not in the store? You guys have the coolest items, I think, out there, without a doubt. And Ryan and Amanda, how are you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
I don't answer that question. So take us through this. When did you guys start the process to get Dazed and Reused up and running?
We actually opened the doors July 16th, but we had been working on it longer than that. In your head, you've got this picture of what you really want. And so I just kept pushing it back, and I realized I need to open the doors and just get the ball rolling with things. So we're just slowly working and growing, and I mean, it's just...
the change that's happened so quick.
Did it really? Was it just kind of like a snowball?
Yeah,
where it was
growing and growing.
And it's something that we really just did for fun. We used to go out a lot, but we're getting old. We have kids. So we started going antiquing on the weekends and like flea markets and stuff like that. So we drag home all this weird vintage junk or just stuff that we thought was cool. And it got to a point where it's taken over everything. I mean, it's in my barn, it's in my shed, it's in our spare room, it's everywhere. So I'm like, it'd be neat to kind of open up a little like vintage resale store and see where it goes.
Well, and we got to do this more justice. We're gonna have a tiny bit of picture-in-picture, and we're gonna kind of explain this here. So this is the directory of Dazed and Reused on RiverBender. You guys are gonna get blocked out for a second, but I just want to point this out. Is that an original N64?
It is, yes.
And then you can keep going down the list of glass pieces, all of these really cool things. And then this is what I love, is your guys' style and take on everything. I mean, this is what's really cool, is that you guys have a variety of things for everybody.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do is target everybody. And it's really not just a store. We're trying to create a whole vibe. Like, you come in and you feel welcomed, or it takes you back. You see a piece... For instance, the video game, you're like, oh, I remember sitting up all night playing this on my wooden console TV that's out, so there's another TV on top of it,
Well, and you hit it right on the head. Like, when I see something like that, mine is the GameCube. If I see an original GameCube, it's like the smell of pizza rolls and like all this shit. It is really so cool. And so, when you're doing this, when you're setting up your store, I mean, how do you decide what items are in there? Do you just bring it all in and say, let's organize, or how does that work?
Well, we're getting more organized now. Before, it was just kind of a free-for-all. We had stuff everywhere, and now we're trying to divide things up. A section, she does a bunch of different plant arrangements, succulents and stuff like that, just planting weird things. And then I've got the whole media room as far as all the old game systems, the old school TVs, radios.
Old arcade.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of plants, you're a perfect seguer, because I was going to pull this one up too. Is this, Amanda, one of yours?
That's actually Dottie's Emporium. She made that for me when I first opened.
That is so cool.
So many people have tried to buy that from me, and I won't.
So sorry.
I won't sell it.
Sorry, that was on me.
Not for sale.
Everything's for sale but that. And that.
Damn, I picked the wrong picture.
But I mean, that wasn't it. It's been there since day one. So
it seems like all of your guys' personalities add to the store and really make it what it is.
Absolutely.
Is that kind of the idea
I love
of it?
having all the different conversations with all the different people, meeting all these creative people. I mean...
And so where are you guys at the market on Milton? Are you right next to Graceful Treasures?
Yes, we're the first store when you walk in the South Wing. Mm-hmm. So it's us and then Graceful Treasures, and then we have a third room. It's just a banquet room for now. Mavis Coffee rents it out, and they do different stuff with it. So they have a comedy show going on tonight. But for the life of me, I can't think of the comedian's name.
That's the first joke. There you go. We're starting off the comedy show early, but What I love, seriously, is this is like I love Market on Milton because there's really a melting pot of different ideas, different businesses that all do really well together. And what's your guys' experience been at Milton? Has it been a really great experience?
It's been really great, and we're not only there as a store. Like I said, I'm also a contractor there. Me and my brother own more services, and it all started. We started the resale shop hoping to get our foot in the door on the restoration of the building, and it worked. So once he's seen what we did with our room, he just had us continue to jump in all the classrooms and turn them into storefronts. So we finished ours, and then Graceful Treasures. Then we did the banquet room. They have the Iron Dragon studio upstairs where they do like the kung fu and the neat dances.
Wayne's been on
stuff.
a couple of times.
He's really cool.
He's a cool guy.
Really good guy.
Well, and that's cool. So, I mean, that's awesome. So that's what I'm kind of getting at and alluding to the most is that, first of all, how cool is it you get to kind of design and be the contractor in a lot of these builds? That's got to be really cool to be a part of history.
It absolutely is. Bringing it back to life is awesome. Yeah. It's a dirty headache sometimes.
Messy,
but
I almost spit this all over you.
That would have
You're right.
Yeah.
But that's a great point.
It's neat seeing it come together and bringing life back to Alton. And we're really trying to put in and help the community and do different things. And that's how everyone is in the building. We all work together. Everyone's great, and they've kind of got their own style. But it's an awesome place to be. And there's so much more to come.
Awesome. So when are you guys open? So if all of our listeners are out there, they're going, all right, CJ, you've shown me a few things. One thing I can't buy, thank you for getting me excited.
And not the cup.
Not the cup.
There's plenty of arrangements like that. So
can you take a picture with the cup at least, like a little souvenir?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The next tourist attraction.
There you go.
But for people that want to go in and check you guys out, what are you guys' hours?
Wednesday to Saturday, 10 to 5 right now.
Awesome. And then are you guys all...
Sometimes we're there on Sundays. It's very optional, though.
Is that just kind of check the Facebook to see if you guys are posting to come in?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. We always put on social media if we're open. Usually if there's an event or something going on, we'll be open. So with it being warmer, there's going to be a lot more going on there. And we're going to try to be on the board at the market and constantly doing something.
So this Wednesday and this Thursday we'll be open till 7.
Wow.
Because of the events going on.
Yeah.
So.
Well, tomorrow, 8 for the Sip and Shop.
Tomorrow we will be there till 8.
She runs the place and don't know.
Well, and too, that's what I think is so cool. And we can tie bits and pieces back into together, and like we just had on Graceful Treasures talking about their Sip and Shop last week. And to, have you guys kind of highlighting that and talking about it, it really, to me, you can't put a value on that at any location.
Well, she come to me and asked if I would want to be a part of it, and we just try to do stuff together.
Well, and that's what I think so cool. I mean, you can't put a price tag on working together and supporting different businesses because it seems like, sometimes people get offended because they go, well, I feel like I'm putting out more than, you. It's not like that at Milton. No. You guys really do come together.
And we also have different vibes, too, I mean, she sells a lot of different stuff than we do, and I have the whole plants. That's definitely...
Well, I'm excited about the plants because that's a big deal. That's really coming into like huge mainstream. And you know what's funny? My mom was a big into the little terrariums and things, before everybody. And I went, why do you have those? Oh, they're coming in.
Oh, they are
now.
They're coming in hot, for sure.
You were right, okay? And so when you're putting the store together, what was that kind of most difficult or the most challenging part? Was it the organizational side of it?
Was it a big
well, and we're so new to it. This wasn't anything... It was just kind of an idea, and we just went with it. You got these pipe dreams.
Literally
been I'm going to do this, and then it actually ends up happening. You're like, well, damn, what do I do now?
Yeah, thank you.
I have no idea how to...
We're doing it
construction
step by step.
is fine.
Right.
Being a contractor, I know how to do that. I've always done it, know? But it's like, how do you run a store? Well, how's the legal side work? Like, what do I even do,
You aren't kidding. That's how I felt with this show. It's like I produced radio forever, and I'd go on the air and talk every once in a while and do wrestling, but it's like, all right, so I got this. And then you freak out for like 2 weeks going, what am I going to do to get this to go?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just winging it.
I'm
just winging it, but it always falls into place. Yeah. I'm very optimistic about it, To
me, I truly believe that there's a meaning behind everything, and there's always an end goal. And it seems like it if you start something, you're passionate about it, and you just have a good head on your shoulders, all those things work themselves out. You fix it in post-production, you know? That's what I always say. But so with this, how has your, construction side of things helped with the layout of the store? Has that been a big help to have that kind of background?
Absolutely, because then we can do whatever we want with it.
Right. It's actually an unlimited opportunity because you can build and take away.
And he went really basic with all these other rooms. It's just kind of the same cookie cutter floor plan, you know?
Right.
But with ours, we got to do something a little different. And I try to reuse as much as possible. So I took any old boards, door jams, everything from around the school and ripped them all down with a table saw. And I did all our trim and base and everything around the doors with it, So it's neat. I'm
reusing.
Yeah. Reused.
That is so cool. And now I got to ask you, because what I'm going to put on the screen next is going to be off your shelves within about 4 or 5 hours of you opening. This is a big deal. And it's something I actually kind of want. So maybe this is a question for CJ, but
it is
stay
really
tuned.
cool.
This is awesome.
It
so
is.
this is, to me, I'm a huge antique sign and beer collector. I love those things. I love the mirrors and the glass, because I have like 7 or 8 of them, But how many of these items, like that Pabst Blue Ribbon lamp, are hanging out at the store that we can... Now, is this for sale?
That is.
Yes, it is.
All right.
It is.
Everything's for sale at the right price.
That's true. That's another great
If she's not there, I might sell you the cup.
No, she'll kick the door down. Right. So how many of those are in your storefront today? Are there a lot of antiques kind of like that PBR lamp?
Yes, and that's more of my thing.
Cool.
That's anything alcohol related and vintage stuff. I've got a bunch of old cans and just weird signs and stuff that most people's probably never even heard of,
Right on.
And then my friend actually does like some acid sketching in mirrors. Like she can do any kind of image on a mirror. So she made like some old beer signs and stuff like that too.
That is awesome.
It's
now,
really cool.
I'm a huge fan of people that can do things like that because, there's certain things a machine will probably not do for quite some time to have the same effect. And that's, I think, is one of them, because the old style or the old vintage style sign, chef's kiss, get out of here,
Yeah.
So what's the reaction been? I'm sure there's so many people that come in and just check things out in the store and, window shop or kind of browse. But what's their feedback been? Have there been a lot of good ones?
Yeah, everybody loves it in the atmosphere. People come in, even if they don't buy anything, they always compliment the store. Like, this is so awesome in here,
And having long conversations with people, I love it.
And now that's what I was going to ask you. To me, that was my favorite part of owning the business, because I owned a courier company before Uber came in and ruined it all for us. But I had a good run, 2 years, and then I did such a good job they sent me back to the private sector. But that's fine. I with that, it's the conversations and the people, and I'm sure it's bred like a plethora of just different folk coming in.
I've met some beautiful artistic people.
Well, and that's what you guys do so well. I mean, you literally have something for everybody. All right, one last one, just because I'm having too much fun with the inventory here. Take us through this.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. We get an explanation. Yeah. All right. Go away, doll. We're coming back here.
Okay, this is Nancy's Museum of Horror.
Yeah.
She hand paints all these dolls, and she really has a passion for it. She puts a lot of love into them, and there's all kinds of them in there.
Well, this is fantastic.
Yep.
And you guys are really, when I'm looking at this, where's Patoka at?
It's about an hour and a half away.
It's outside of Vandalia.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think is
She drives an hour and a half just to vend in the store. Like, I just feel special about that, but then I love her work. She's just...
That is so cool. And to me, that's the testimonial in itself right there about what you guys are doing. If somebody's willing to drive an hour and a half and vend there and then, be a part of it, there's a reason, And how many do you have different vendors inside the store?
We have quite a few. Some are just friends, and then other people that might not have the opportunity to have their own shop, and we're trying to help them out and get them on their feet. So if we can get people in the store and they're only in there for a year or so, and then they have their own business out of that's great.
Amazing.
We're in competition with nobody. Yeah. We want to see everybody come up,
I love that, man. I love that, because it seems like so many times it's only, I want you to do well until you're doing better than me, or until you get close. And that's, you can see the authenticity in you guys with what you're wanting to do. And now I have a question. Is this the only storefront you're wanting to operate right now?
We are actually getting ready to expand. So we're getting another 1,000 square foot in the warehouse, and we're going to start doing pallet stock. So instead of just weird vintage stuff, we got to make a little bit of money too. It can't just be fun. So we're going to do a little bit of everything. And my brother hits a lot of auctions and stuff. So he gets big bulky items that we really can't fit in the store.
Yeah.
So we'll have additional space in the warehouse, and it'll probably just be in the warmer months we're open up down there. But like I said, we'll do the Amazon pallet stock, and I do a lot of upcycled furniture myself, like Pinterest style stuff.
That's a huge market, right? I'm not even joking. I should have called you a lot sooner, because I've been looking for somebody that actually does recycle or upcycled furniture, because that's an art form in itself, man. I mean, that really is. That takes a lot of work.
And just, making it something different than what it was,
Well, and too, I just love it. And so, by the way, I hate to say this, but this is like a sixth sense. I didn't know that we were going to break some news today, or even have the opening of an additional storefront. But that's exciting stuff. So when are you guys planning on doing the pallet store?
It's in the process of still getting cleaned out right now. So it'll probably still be a couple months yet before we actually get down there and get inventory for it.
I got dibs first. Back off. And what's the best way for us to stay up to date on all the information pertaining to Dazed and Reused and the new Amazon, pallet thing? What do you call that so I get it right?
It's just going to be...
It's doing the same thing.
Pretty much overflow 4 Days and Reuse. We really haven't thought of like a separate name for it,
Yeah, it'll probably be the same.
Days and Reuse and more.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we name every episode of this show.
And more.
And more. What the heck?
And it's a play on the last name too,
Get out there. I love it. So what's the best way for us to stay up to date on all of the great things coming our way?
Facebook, as of now. John's working on all kinds of different advertisement for us and building different social platforms. But as of now, it's just our Facebook page.
And you guys are welcome back anytime. You guys have a great personality, and I really love the mission of what you guys are doing, bringing people together and really just creating or adding to the great community at the market at Milton. At 10:07, we got to take a quick break. The Poppy Dance is this Friday at Alton VFW, post 1308. Our good friend Chad, friend of the show, joins us next in the heart of the Riverbend.